They all saw the mistake that Morelli made yesterday. Got to keep it easy. Feather the throttle. A couple of riders going wide there. Who's that? It's Carter Thompson, who cuts across the grass as well. Joins back in the pack. He's alongside Joel Pond.
Yeah, it is. It's absolutely. This is the fastest part of the circuit. In fact, it's up to 217 kilometres an hour, 135 miles an hour in sync before you flick it left here, back to third gear.
Place. This is good stuff from the Italian. He's had a rotten run of luck this season and crossed both Junior GP and here, but could this be the place that he turns it around?
And Brian Uriarte, you can see him there in third place, the middle of your screen. He has seen time take a stronger lead than that.
No, there he goes, absolutely. I mean, while we've been talking, sort of, you can miss the fact that Morelli, he's off like a scolded cat there, a good few bike lengths back to Uriarte, just a bit slower than what they were putting in qualifying already.
And that, no one had a lead like that yesterday, did we? We had, a couple of bike lengths lead from Moodley, but no one got that 4 or 5 bike length, and a bit of skill and a bit of luck, he admitted. Right, you're on looking back now at the 51 of Brian Uriarte. Brilliant. I think it was, you're right, yeah. And he said that was, I said, was that skill or luck that you saved that? A bit of skill and a bit of luck, he admitted. Right, you're on looking diminished a little bit, but it's still pretty handy, isn't it?
Yeah, a good few bike lengths, but how much do they close in on him there at Holgerheide, one of the fastest sections of track that we visit on the entire Rookies Cup calendar. They've set,
but kicked down the order as it happened yesterday when he was pushed back to 10th or even 11th and 12th place, I think, at one time.
I absolutely love watching the difference in riding style.
Salmela and Moodley, Pratama behind them. And it's just stringing out a little bit. He's still got Carpe right on his tail, but the pace is strong. And at the moment, it's a sort of a top 6 Moodley, and the end of that top 6. They've got away from Hakim Danish.
Touched that in this one, but they're already low 144s, which is not far off the qualifying pace.
Right, that's right, and it's something that Brian Uriarte said. He said he was very comfortable at that pace. Uriarte said he was very comfortable at that pace. He thought he could run quicker if he had passed Alvaro Carpe, who was the major leader yesterday, but he said he didn't really want to show them. Oh, and somebody's off in the dirt.
Perhaps the conditions are contributing to this. You're seeing the fastest riders yesterday far more comfortable, really making a break. They don't want a big group following all around and mucking up their ambitions for
back of that group there, and just looking at having a bit of a struggle to hang on at the moment. Let's hope he can do it. He's really he's lost the slipstream that far back. This is the second place group, and it's
pole on his own. Caught that group after he crashed. Who's up front leading the way? Here he is.
Good thinking, mate. Good thinking.
Not just a pretty face, me, sometimes.
Right.
Fernando Zanni, Dodo Boggio, and Hakim Danish. Can they chase the leaders down? Can they live with that sort of pace? I'm not sure, but tyre wear will be a factor in this race.
Yeah, that's cool, and the temperature is low. They'll put some tape over the radiator to reduce the cooling effect, but that has a tape attached to it that the riders can pull off if they see the engine temperature is rising. Has a tape attached to it that the riders can pull off if they see the engine temperature is rising, and I think that's what one of them did. Didn't see who it was, but in this lead pack somebody did that just in the front yesterday, did he? He was there and thereabouts, exactly. but he wasn't quite there, so right with the front runners, and I think Rouchet is hanging on that. He's got back.
That is actually quicker than they did for qualifying, pretty much, I believe. 1:43.88.866. Oh, it's only a couple of thousandths of a second slower than Carpe's time, but actually Salmela, he was goes to show Rookies Cup riders learning all the time, even in the race.
And nobody after the race spoke to all of the top 6 guys, the top runners, and nobody talked about tyre degradation in the race yesterday. As we say,
leading the next set of riders all the way down to Rocco Sessler in 24th.
So there is still the leader, and he's pretty much led. So there is still the leader, and he's pretty much led all the way, hasn't he, Morelli? He really, he got away, but he's been unable to hold that advantage. He is now being slipstreamed by Carpe.
Insight into what really happens when the visors and the helmets come off.
So look for born racers.
Here we go then. So Rouchet, Moodley and Brian Uriarte, just
he did before, so he's going to grit his teeth and get back on terms. And Uriarte surely has got the pace, hasn't he?
Yeah, you would certainly think so, wouldn't you? But that's quite a big gap that's opened up between Sam Miller and Uriarte and Ruche Moodley there. But this circuit's so much about flow, isn't it? I mean, especially this part of the corner. The lap times are starting to come to get a bit slower now.
They're not being silly about it. That was an issue yesterday. They were all over the track, all of them, and slowing each other down. But that isn't what is happening now. It's Morelli who has the advantage. Carpe, Peroni.
I'm loving to speak to them after the race to find out what really went on, because Morelli, my suspicion is it's him who's just absolutely pounding it out there so far this year. It's Brian Uriarte, of course, got his second victory of the year yesterday, and Max Quiles, who got a victory in first race in Le Mans, first race in Mugello. If making his head there, I wonder if he's getting a little bit frustrated, perhaps. He's running a little bit wide. He's really trying to catch him up.
I mean, you know absolutely that looking back in quartet, it's because they're absolutely maxed out. He's got his head down now. He's going to get back on turns if he can, and so will Moodley.
This is just, I mean, I'm enjoying this. It's not the most, you know.
Rico Salmela mencatatkan waktu tercepat di sesi FP1 dengan 1 menit 45,345 detik. Catatan waktu Veda Ega membaik di sesi FP2 dan menempati posisi ke-11 dengan catatan waktu 1 menit 45,920 detik dari total 10 lap yang dijalani. Veda Ega kembali memperbaiki catatan waktunya di sesi kualifikasi. Sayangnya, pembalap asal Gunung Kidul itu gagal tembus ke 10 besar dan harus puas di urutan ke-12 dengan 1 menit 45,317 detik. Dengan demikian, Veda Ega akan memulai race 1 Red Bull Rookies Cup 2024 di sirkuit Assen pada urutan ke-12. Sementara pole position diraih oleh Alvaro Charpe yang mencatatkan waktu 1 menit 43,858 detik disusul Rico Salmela dan Brian Uriarte. Rider muda Veda Ega Pratama, pembalap berbakat dari Indonesia, siap kembali menggebrak di Red Bull Rookies Cup 2024 yang akan berlangsung di sirkuit Assen, Belanda pada tanggal 29 hingga 30 Juni 2024. Pembalap muda Veda Ega Pratama telah menunjukkan performa yang sensasional di seri-seri sebelumnya. Penampilannya yang gemilang ini mengantarkannya ke posisi di 10 besar klasemen sementara. Di Assen, Veda Ega bertekad untuk tampil maksimal dan meraih kemenangan pertamanya di musim ini. Sirkuit Assen terkenal dengan tikungannya yang cepat dan lurus panjang, yang cocok dengan gaya balap agresif Veda Ega. Pembalap muda Veda Ega Pratama terus bersiap untuk tampil di ajang Pekan Olahraga Nasional Si Aceh Sumatera Utara 2024. Berbagai persiapan terus dilakukan Veda Ega Pratama di sela-sela kesibukannya menjalani musim balap di Red Bull Rookies Cup 2024 di Eropa.